Proud Mary, John Fogerty, Creedence. Again, one of my all-time favorite bands and songwriters. Proud Mary was probably one of the first things I learned, first rock songs I learned to play on the guitar. I've been playing a few other things when this came out in 1969. But when I heard this and thought, wow, you can play those chords and make it sound like that, I was just sold. It was very cool. So anyway, what's really neat about Proud Mary, and some of the things that we'll work on in the song, are being able to change quickly at odd times in a measure. This has some syncopated strumming where, at least in the riff, the strumming part, the vocal part of the song is really easy. So all we're going to be doing there is strumming. You do have to be able to play bar chords for this song, so you need to be able to play an F and a B minor. We'll also talk about some of the different things that happened, some of the different things, the different ways you can play it, playing it in different keys and using different tunings to make that work out. So there's something really interesting about some of the ways Fogerty plays this. He doesn't always do it on a guitar in standard tuning. We'll get more to that in the lesson, so a little preview there. Well, when I first learned Proud Mary, I was just starting to understand a little bit about time signatures. Luckily, this was really straightforward. 4/4 time. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. 4 steady beats, 4 quarter notes in a measure, can be done with a very simple strumming pattern. It doesn't even really matter how you strum it. You just keep the same pattern going. You could have a one measure pattern like that, where you're just going down, down, up, down, up. Perfect. Anyway, the chords, though, are really fascinating because he opens up with a C chord and an A chord. The reason these two chords sound so unusual together, again, is that they're not in the same key. The notes in a C chord are C, E, and G. That's 1, 3, and 5. That's why I do this. Sorry. I think with my fingers frequently. The notes in an A chord. Oh, getting back to the notes in a triad. A triad is a major chord made up of 3 notes of the major scale. They're the first note of the scale, the third note of the scale, which is 2 steps away, again, because a major scale goes a whole step from 1 to 2, another whole step from 2 to 3, then a half step from 3 to 4, and a half. You probably have enough information already on Proud Mary, but we're going to break it down into, I'm just going to kind of walk through it measure by measure as to what's happening, because there's some tricky things going on in the strumming to make sure that that riff comes out pretty cool. So I just want to talk really briefly about the strumming in the normal part. You of course we're going to be talking about only playing it in the one that starts on C, in the key of D.